Hey, what's up? I'm Kristen and I have a ridiculous amount of Erin Condren pens here and I'm planning to do a pen test and we'll see how many of these pens we get through. If this is going to take a while, this might have to be 2 videos or more. I don't know. Let's find out. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll be right back. All right, so if you saw my favorites video, I kind of went through these a little bit. I went on a pen buying spree. Some of these I already had a few in my collection, and then one day I just went and I just bought all the rest of the pens, like everything Erin Condren had. And here they all are. So let's do a pen test. I already kind of cheated and wrote them out here just so I could see what shade everything is, because in this pen test, my idea for this is to see what stuff matches each month. And that's why I have my handy dandy little Erin Condren sticker book that I made. These match each of the months. Each one of these colors matches a month. And so I went ahead and wrote them in, and then I already started here where I put the January and the February. And so what we're gonna do is, if you have a colorful Erin Condren planner, like the Harmony Colorful or even the Color Blends, and then if you have an older planner from last year or something, that's a Mid-Century Circles, each of these colors matches a month. So my goal here is to see which of all these colors of all of these pens goes with each month. And so, yeah, let's get started, because I think this is going to take quite a bit. So first of all, we've got these colorful gel pens, and these are made to match each month. And so I don't think I need to even go through these. But actually, just for the sake of having it there, let's go ahead and just get it there. All right, so the problem here, I went ahead of time, and when I tried these out, I made labels with my label maker and put them on here. However, they're not sticking, so I don't know what we're gonna do here. I'm kind of concerned, because these pens, none of Erin Condren's pens have the names of the colors printed on them, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't know why they do it, but that was their decision, and I guess that's what we're stuck with. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. This, you can see this is coming off, and I don't know. So anyway, this is January. These are the Erin Condren colorful gel pens, and this is called Peacock. All right, so that's January. And here, let's say, so we can stay organized, I want to show you what else I'm planning on doing. So I have these Erin Condren acrylic pen organizers. I have 3 of them, and there's 4 spots on each, if you can see that. And so what I thought I would do is set all 3 of these together on my desk. Like, it's hard to show you, but you know, and I can do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And I thought what I would do is put all the January pens in one, all the colors that go with January in one. I don't know. That's what my idea was. I don't know if that's going to work. We're just going to try it right here live on camera. So let's see. Let me move this over here. And as I figure out which colors work, we're just going to put them there. So this is February, and this is magenta. This paper is from, this is from an Erin Condren notebook, or it's from like a monthly 8.5 by 11 monthly planner that I uncoiled, you know, so. It's Erin Condren paper. I just wanted to, you know, the idea is that we're using these pens and markers on Erin Condren paper, so I wanted to test them on that paper. So now that we know our January and February, I wanted to go through and find other colors from our little cheat sheet here and see which ones worked well with these months. So I've got this fine tip marker pack back, this is 24 fine tip markers. These are not the dual tip. They're just a single tip. And so this peacock right here should go with peacock. So it's a little bit more greenish, but it still matches. And then do we have a magenta? We have garnet, which looks like it'll match. Fuchsia looks too hot pink, but let's go with, this is garnet. It looks almost brown. It's like a burgundy, but I don't know. Let's see if it matches. So that's definitely more on this spectrum, whereas the magenta is more on like the muted version of the color. So I would say this matches February. And then I don't think any of these other pinks are gonna really go with February. Maybe light pink. Let's try light pink. It's kind of too neon. Even though we have a hot pink, it still kind of shows up a little neon. Let's try that fuchsia. I think I spelled that wrong already. Yeah, and that's got too much of like a purpley bubblegum kind of undertone. So yeah, I'm gonna skip those and just call it there. We've got a garnet. Garnet match as well. Okay, and let's see. Next, let's do the dual tip dual ink. And it looks like the peony and fuchsia is going to be the winner here. So let's just start right with that. So this is the chisel tip side. This is peony. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That matches like that magenta pen and like the lighter color. And then this, so I'm going to draw an arrow and just write I say peony, but I found out recently I think it's pronounced peony. I don't know. The fine tip side is called fuchsia, and that looks more like garnet. So isn't that funny that they are considering this fuchsia and they're completely different colors? That's why we do pen tests. Okay, and then I just realized I skipped here. So we do have a mint and a mermaid that are like the greenish colors. So let's go with those and check. So let's start with mint. This is the chisel tip side. That's mint, and that's almost like a little too teal, I think, for this. I think that would match a different month better. And then, so arrow, that's mint. And then this is the fine tip side and it's teal. And that's almost too green. I think that would match like June better. So I don't think that's gonna work, but let's try the lagoon and mermaid one. So the chisel tip side is called lagoon. Let's do it up here. Ooh, that's even more green, but it's still closer to that. So that's lagoon, and then the fine tip side is mermaid. And I think that matches enough that I don't know. Yeah, I think the mermaid side definitely matches. The lagoon side is a little too green. But I don't know, maybe we can get away with it. So there we go, there's that. And then let's scoot to the ultra fine tip markers. And I think the ultra fine tips are like my favorite of all the Erin Condren markers so far, that are like a finer tip. So on these, we have cerulean. Is that how you pronounce that? Cerulean? Let's see, so we've got cerulean, and that one's more blue and less of like this peacock color, and I don't think we have a color in here that matches, so I think we are good on those. The other thing I need to look at is we have all of these dual tip markers. And these ones I gotta be careful with because I don't have these labeled. And I don't know how I feel about taking them out of the packages and putting them in here because some of the colors are very similar and it's hard to tell which is which. So some of them are duplicates, like there's a turquoise in both of these and they're the same one. But this one, oh, that's also turquoise. So I guess they are the same, so it doesn't matter if they get confused. But like, there's a teal in here and a teal in here. Okay, so they are duplicates, so it doesn't really matter if they get mixed up. So let's try these. We've got turquoise, mermaid, and teal that we're gonna try to see if we can match. This one is teal, this one's mermaid, this one's turquoise. Okay, so this one's teal. That one I think matches really well. So we can leave the teal in there for sure. I think that definitely goes. Now here's mermaid. And this one is definitely a green. This is like the Little Mermaid tail. That is definitely not gonna work for January. I think it will look really good with June, perhaps. But that's not gonna work. Even though I put the mermaid, this mermaid is not even close to this mermaid. So, I don't know, interesting. And then this is the turquoise. And that's gonna be a little too blue, I think. Yeah, both sides are a little too blue. Okay, well, we know that doesn't work. Let's do the pinks for February of these markers. What do we have? We have magenta in here. There's a bubble gum in here, but I don't think that's gonna work. There's a wine in here, but that's probably more purple. Oh, and there's garnet, so we'll try those. What's in here? We've got fuchsia and light pink and coral. Maybe we can try. So let's see, is this one magenta? Okay, let's start with these. And this one is magenta. Ooh, that's not it. That's way too bright. And that doesn't match that magenta at all. That's funny. Okay. So I guess just right away we can find out that the colors that, I don't know, now it's starting to grow on me. I don't know, it's all blurring together. If Erin Condren says a color is, you know, magenta or fuchsia, doesn't necessarily mean another product with that color name is actually gonna match. So that's something I wanted to figure out, because also when you purchase their stickers, like their customizable stickers, or if you have a cover made, all of those colors you can choose from have names. And so I was under the impression that those names were going to be consistent through the whole, like, the color code, I guess you could say. I'm sure it's different based on, I don't know, the formula, like the product type, like with different inks are probably different formulas and stuff, but that isn't, some of these aren't even close. Like this is more of a garnet, like the fuchsia and the garnet here are more the same, whereas like this fuchsia isn't even close to this fuchsia. This is the garnet dual tip marker, so we'll see if it is close to that garnet. It is. I think that one's probably pretty good. And I think that one matches the February color a little better than the magenta. Yeah, so I'm actually going to keep that in the February. And then let's just try the wine. Is this wine? Yeah, let's try wine. I don't think wine is going to be it, but yeah, the wine is like too purple. I'm not even going to do the other side. All right, so there's that. And then actually, I was looking at these to see, we might want to try those as well next. So what other pinks do we have in here? We have fuchsia, light pink, and coral. So the coral looks more orangey, but we can at least try the fuchsia and see how it compares to these fuchsias. I always spell it wrong. I always put the S there first. Fuchsia. Fuchsia matches the fuchsia fine tip marker better than it matches the dual tip dual ink. Maybe I should have, this is messy and I'm sorry if this is driving you crazy because you don't know which one is which. I'm sorry. I think what my goal will be is once I have all of them figured out, like all the ones for January, I'm actually gonna write the product name and the color so that you know if there's a certain pack you want to buy. That'll be something I put together after I figure out all the colors. I just figured I would film me figuring it out. So yeah, so that was fuchsia and this is also fuchsia. I spelled it wrong again. But it doesn't go with February. So, and then we've got, what is this called? Pink, light pink, light pink. So there's another light pink over here we can compare it to. And that matches the light pink from the fine tips pretty well. It's probably the same ink. But it's not it for February. Not exactly. I mean, if you wanted to use it for February, it would look fine. It's pink. It's just not, it's not exact, and that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find if anything is like a very good exact match. So I said I was going to do these focused ones next. So let's try, this is called Sienna, and this is the chisel tip side. See, that's more red. It's like a dark orangey red. So even though it's close to that garnet color, it's definitely on the orange, like the burnt side. And so I wouldn't use that for February. Let's try mauve. Mauve? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce things. So I just read words and pronounce them how I want. So this definitely matches this like muted color for February, and I would put that in there. So this is mauve. So I'm going to say that works for February for sure. And then let's try the slate blue in January. I don't think this is going to match. This is actually one of my favorite ones, and it's definitely like a dusty blue. Yeah, so that's not going to work. That's okay. I just wanted to try it while we had it out. All right, do we have anything else in here that we haven't tried? Oh, you know what we haven't tried? We haven't tried the highlighters. Sorry for all this loudness. If I can edit that out in any way, I will try to. If not, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do these real quick. These are the metallic markers. I think these originally came in like a surprise box or something, and then they released them. The packaging is super cute. I love mid-century circles. I love it. I hope they don't get rid of it. Let's go with, we've got green and turquoise. The green turquoise for peacock, or not peacock, for January. And let's see if this is close. This is called, ooh, this is really blue. This is not turquoise at all. I don't even need to write that whole thing. That's like a blue. Like, that's just like, that's blue. Well, let's see what they say about green and royal blue then. This is green. Okay, that's green. That's definitely not gonna work. And let's try the royal blue. Since that turquoise was so completely off, it's not even close. I'm just trying the other ones just to see. They said this is okay. Yeah, definitely not. Okay, well, there are no metallic markers that work for January, but let's try. We've got hot pink and dark coral. I don't know which one is which, but I'm thinking, let's see. Wow, that's got to be hot pink because it's like a neon color. And then is this dark coral? Oh, that's hot pink. Okay, well, neither of them work, but hot pink, dark coral, none of them work. Put them back in. Not gonna end up using those. Okay. And the last we have here are the highlighters. This is the Soft Color Classic Dual Tip Highlighters, and we've got Seafoam and Flamingo to try in here. So let's try Seafoam for January. This is the Chisel Tip highlighter side. And I kind of feel like that's a little too on the green side. It is called Seafoam. And then the fine tip, I guess. I don't know, is it a fine tip? It's just like a bullet tip. See, my hair is everywhere. Seafoam, it's too light, you can't even see it. So Seafoam is not a winner for January. And then what is this called? Flamingo. Yeah, the pink one is called Flamingo. So let's try that for February. So, oh, that's too neon, that's not it. And you can't even really read that. That is like your fluorescent regular highlighter. Like that's not, this is not, if you want this color, just buy highlighters from like Walmart. Like that's not, I don't think it's worth, I don't think they even sell this anymore at all. So this is Soft Color Classic, and then this is just Soft Color. And we've got Pool and Blush in here that we can try. The Pool is very much like the Seafoam, I think. It's just slightly more green. And I don't really think that works for January either. The blue in here, so this, if you were gonna buy one of these packs, I think they're not even available, but I like this pack better because the gray, the blush, and the Monaco are really nice, like muted colors, and they actually go really well with these dual tip markers. But we're not talking about that right now. We're doing something else. Focus, Kristen. All right, this is blush, and it's a really nice blush color, but it does not match February. So that's a no from me. All right. And that's it for January and February. And now what I'm going to do to spare you this, I'm going to kind of just do this and speed it up. I wanted to kind of go through the process so you could see what I was doing here, but now for the rest of the months I'm gonna end up speeding that up, and then if there's anything I need to say, of course I'll just slow that down so you can hear me say it. But okay, let's get started. Here's a good example of how all three of these colors, the chisel tip side of this marker and then these two colors, all three of these are all called spruce, and look at how different they are. So that's just interesting to me, and yeah, just, I don't know, I think it's kind of like good to figure out. I think that the spruce side is close to this, but not the moss side on here. And then I don't think, I think this is pretty close if you really want it to be. It's like closer to this, but it's still, I don't know, I'm gonna put it in there, but it's not my favorite. So these two markers are both Erin Condren colorful dual tip markers. They're both navy, but they kind of look different. Navy, navy. So that's weird. This one matches November more, but this one doesn't. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I don't really know if, maybe I should have done it on the other page so I wouldn't have to flip it, but this was definitely like an interesting experience trying to find colors that work with the Erin Condren monthly colors. I think what I'm gonna do is do like a part 2 where I actually explain everything. I think what I'll do is make like a chart and write out what type of marker, the color name, and for the ones that match the best, and then also like put like what package you can purchase to get that. And then from that we can see which products, like which combination of products you can buy that will get you exactly the right colors that you're looking for. I mean, this was fun and everything, but it's definitely just like the prep work for that. And thanks for watching with me, even though all it was just me writing it down. I just thought it might be fun to show that process. Actually, while I was doing it, I realized maybe this sort of thing would have been better as like a live. I think because then I could like get your feedback on, you know, whether you thought colors worked or not. So if that's something that you would be interested, like, would you want to watch a live of something like that? I don't know, I could even redo it as a live if you really think it might be fun. I just don't want to like go through the process of learning how to do a live, for one, and two, like just sitting there and doing it if nobody wants to show up and watch a live. So if that sounds interesting to you, let me know in the comments if you would watch a live, and if you would and you want to see me do this, like tell me like what day of the week and what like general time of day, like evening or whatever, that would work for you to watch live, and we'll try to figure something out. I don't want to like just go and say, hey, I'm doing this live if nobody's gonna show up, because I gotta figure out how to do it and everything, and that's something I don't need to do if no one's interested. So anyhow, that's it for me. Watch out for part 2 of this, or keep an eye out for a live, or both. Who knows? I don't know. We're just figuring it out as we go. Anyway, that's it for me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. I do like to do videos like this. I post 3 times a week, so if there's something that you liked here, then you'll probably like something else on my channel. So that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.